there is always at play a pilgrim principle and an indigenous principle in tension every time the culture is penetrated by the gospel. The pilgrim principle says, when the gospel comes and a new people is brought into being, some aspects of the culture are going to come into conflict with Christianity, with the new life in Christ. And when those cultural features don't change, which they won't all change, then the people of God have to assume a pilgrim mentality, which means we're not at home in this culture. We are marching to the beat of a different drum that Jesus is beating because our citizenship is in heaven. So that's the pilgrim principle. But there's also this indigenous principle, which means that in every culture where the gospel penetrates, there are cultural aspects, cultural dimensions, which are not necessarily sinful and which without changing will become incarnations and expressions through which Jesus Christ and his ways can be expressed. And these two principles, the indigenous and the pilgrim, are always in tension with each other. And that tension needs to be owned by everybody. And most minorities feel it. They're compelled to come to terms with the fact that they have a culture and that they're encountering other features of culture as they try to be Christian. The problem for whites for centuries in this country is that we have felt so at home as Americans, so at home with our civil religion Christianity, that we haven't even, by and large, thought in terms of, oh, I have a culture. And my culture is in tension with the claims of Christ on me. And I got to work at this. I got to work at how my culture and my faith might be at odds. My commitments to certain things in America, certain aspects of nationalism, certain ideologies, certain priorities have to be thought through more carefully than many of us have. That's why this pilgrim indigenous tension has proved to be so helpful to me. The more dominant the culture is, the more invisible it seems to us.